welcome back to Cueless Series 2, Ep 2. 22, Ep 2, Series 2. Welcome back. Isaac, how are you?
Episode 2. I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good. I feel very honoured, Isaac, because I'm in the presence of a pop star. A bona fide pop star.
Bona fide pop star. Yeah. For a day, I was a celebrity. That's true.
Yeah.
I played. Alright, actually, you know what? Let's carry the celebrity thing on. You can tell them where I played.
You played at the famous Boardmasters Festival, didn't you, Isaac?
Yeah. On my bass guitar.
On your very old guitar.
Yeah, I played for a lovely artist called Essie Sparrow.
Mm.
She's amazing. She frustrates me with how good she is. I've written music. I've tried to write music. You're
very good at writing music.
Tried and succeed. Yeah, some would say that I'm actually quite good at writing music. And I would also have thought before meeting Essie that I was good at writing music. And then you hear her songs and you go, what's the fucking point? Why do I bother?
Yeah.
Because her music's so much better than anything I'll ever be able to achieve. But yeah, that was my realization Sunday. Stood on the Boardmaster stage, listening to her sing these songs, thinking, I'm happy with this, where I am playing bass for her, because actually the songs she's singing are so much better than anything I could have wished to do. So yeah, that was my Sunday. It was a lovely day.
It looked like a lot of fun.
I don't know if anyone's seen the stage that Boardmasters has, but it's insane.
Yeah, backs onto the sea, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the sea behind is Watergate Bay Beach, and it's lovely. I only live 15 minutes down the road anyway, so it's a nice festival.
Absolutely lovely.
Just the local festival. Yeah,
ain't that
lovely.
Nice?
Yeah, but it was a genuinely wholesome thing. You know, we were thrilled to do it. We had a bloody lovely time doing it.
Yeah.
If you do anything with your next week, go and check out Essie Sparrow's music, because she's awesome. But let's talk. How was your week?
I've had a good week.
Positive.
As we mentioned last week, I'm deep into some study at the moment, so I've mainly been doing that. I ran my first ever 5K on Saturday morning.
Wow, that's good.
With friend of the pod, Todd.
Oh my goodness! I'm seeing Todd soon. He's coming down to the old Cornwall.
We chatted about that as we did the park run on Saturday morning, and it's the first time I've run 5K without walking.
I'm proud of you.
I was pretty proud of myself for that.
I'm actually, speaking of running, I'm big into the running at the moment. I've been running quite a lot. I'm training. Well, I'm not. I don't know if training is the right word. I'm doing a half marathon in March with my partner for Alzheimer's, and we're sort of building up to it at the moment, which should be fun. But we did a 5K on yesterday morning. We did a 5K. That was it. We did a nice coastal path 5K. The first mile was fairly. It was coast path, so it was fairly flat. The second mile was, and I mean this, was completely uphill, and she'd neglected to tell me that. And then the third mile was kind of mostly downhill, and I was struggling to stay not like, you know, when you're running downhill and you're going faster than your legs can take.
Yeah.
It was that downhill, but yeah, that was fun. Should we talk some snooker? Should we talk about that?
Let's talk some.
Should we talk about that Pulp T-shirt.
I got it when 2023 reunion tour, Scarborough Open Air Theatre.
That's lovely.
Best gig I've ever been to.
Really?
It's between that and the Pogues a couple of months ago.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Good stuff. Big contenders.
Big contenders.
Should we talk snooker? Should we talk about the thing that people are here to listen to us talk about?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia Masters happening at the moment.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, big news today.
It's been interesting, and it's also there's been a few upsets, which you always want to see.
You do,
Should we start? Should we start where everyone wants? So basically, we're recording this at 7:00ish on the Tuesday, so we're into the fifth round. We don't know the results of half of the games of the fifth round. Basically, where we're up to is Zhao Jintong has just beaten Stephen Harworth 5-0. If we didn't know he was already good, Ben, he's looking better.
He is.
But should we talk about the man of the moment? Weirdly,
Yeah.
I made a few notes yesterday on a few events, and I thought it was really interesting that a guy called Oliver Lines, that I genuinely, I'd heard of him, but I'd never really paid that much attention to him, had beaten Liam Pullen, the 20-year-old who I'd heard of. He beat him 4-1, and then he came to my attention in round 3, where he beat Matt Selt 4-3. And he beat him on the final black, and Matt Selt didn't lose his mind, so that's an improvement from Matt Selt.
Yeah, it's good to see.
And then in the next round, he beat Nopon Sengham 5-2, which that felt like a big deal. So Oliver Lines is ranked 60-something in the world, and the reason that was a big deal was because he was going to meet Judd Trump in the next round. You know, like, no one wants that. Anyway, he's only gone and bloody thrashed him.
Yeah, 5-3.
5-3.
5-3.
5-3. 2 century breaks.
Yeah. It's not bad going.
A 125 and a 100. A 63 and a 71. That doesn't get much better than that. What a lovely start to the season that is for Oliver Lines. He's knocked the reigning champion of the Saudi Arabia Masters out of the Saudi Arabia Masters. Yeah, also, very breaking news, Ronnie O'Sullivan has just beaten Joe O'Connor, the recent finalist of the Championship League, 5-0.
Ooh. You fancy it? Is Saudi Arabia Ronnie's new home now? Has he moved out there?
Didn't he move out there?
He said he was going to, I think.
There's some truth in it. There's some truth in it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a drubbing.
Yeah, it is. He's thrashed him.
Yeah.
He's a breaks of 116, 89 and 90. Just quick bit of maths. Joe O'Connor scored 55 points in the whole game. Not his best work.
Not his best, but he's up against the best, isn't he?
He's up against the best.
He's up against the best.
Yeah. Some other interesting results that have happened in the Saudi Arabia Masters 2025. Tepchaya Unnu has been off the scales good. Off the scales good. There's been we've seen him in the past. He's been pretty good. This is off the scales good. So he's hit against Jordan Brown. He won 4-0. He hit a 147, and his average shot time was 15 seconds. That's sort of Ronnie O'Sullivan on a very good day standards.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of maths. His average break against Jordan Brown was 96. That's pretty good going.
That's not bad going, is it?
Yeah, 4-0. 4-0. He then met Sean Murphy. And fair play to Sean Murphy, who actually won 5-1 against him.
Yeah.
But, still a good run for and as far as no one else, he's still going to take a very highest break. So that's pretty good going.
Yeah, that's good going. And the other player I'd like to draw attention to is Mr. Stan Moody.
Yeah, the Grump, the Grumpus.
The Grump, as you called him the other day, Stan Moody, the Grump. It took me a while to catch on to that, and then I realised.
Which is mad that it took you a while.
Yeah, very clever wordplay, actually, Isaac.
Very clever.
I was quite impressed. He put together a nice little run of wins.
He did.
So he came in at the second round and beat Liam Highfield 4-3, and then beat Ryan Day 4-2. And
that's big.
Made himself a new high break or career high break of 142. And I watched that break.
That feels important.
It was very impressive.
Very impressive.
And he's still only 18 as well. So I've done a bit of background reading on Mr. Moody. So he's
Ben's background research.
Jingle it up, please.
He's from Halifax,
West
not
Yorkshire,
too far from your old
not
ends.
Not too far from me, West Yorkshire. He's 18. He made his ranking event debut at Snooker Shootout in 2022.
15, was he?
Yeah, 15, 16.
That's young.
Yeah, it is young. 22, 20. Yeah, so yeah, about 15. And then 2023, he won the World Junior Championships, and with that earned his Pro Tour card. And this season will be his third as a pro, I believe. His current best in terms of tournaments is the last 16. So he's reached the last 16 on 3 separate occasions. The Northern Ireland Open in 2023, the British Open 2024, and the Northern Ireland Open 2024.
Fair play.
So he's, over
he likes it in Northern Ireland, doesn't he?
He does like it in Northern Ireland, yeah. And he seems to like it in Saudi Arabia as well, because he made the 3rd round last year, and he's bettered that this year, and he reached the 4th round before he got whitewashed by Yuan Sijun.
Yeah.
But I thought, it was quite impressive. He got himself a new high break. He's obviously someone that we like to see doing well as a young snooker player. So
anyone that doesn't want him to do well,
he seems like
something wrong with
him.
him.
I watched he did a video of Stephen Hendry on Stephen's Q-Tips YouTube channel, and he just comes across like a really nice young lad who loves playing snooker. And it seems like that's all he's ever really wanted to do. He didn't really,
he seems like a nice lad. He's got a proper Yorkshire accent, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. That's what we like to see, isn't it, Isaac?
We like to. You know what? Yeah, you're as Yorkshire as they come. Some results that I also wanted to pay attention to. Louis Heathcote beat Li Paifan 4-0. And that's fairly interesting because Li Paifan is like, hot off the press, really, isn't he?
He's hot stuff.
And Louis Heathcote, he's exciting. He's exciting, but I didn't think it was. I'd also one of the bigger upsets, and it's not an upset. And we've actually talked about Tom Ford in this way before. He's probably maybe one of the least mentioned snooker players, Tom Ford, and actually. He's 18th in the world, Tom Ford, and he lost to Farrak Ajib, who's 85th in the world. And
Tom Ford, 18th in the world.
I know, that's the thing. I know. Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, that's.
I agree.
No disrespect.
How? When? When did that happen?
He's like the Invisible Man. I never see him at any tournaments.
Yeah, he's just never in the last 16 of anything. He's maybe the least consistent top 32 player that stays in the top 32.
I was going to say, it's a good job you caveated that. It stays in the top 32.
Yeah, that also stays in the top 32 somehow. Yeah, he lost 4-2 to Farrak Ajib, who, to be fair, has just beaten Jamie Jones 5-2. And Jamie Jones he's in the 30s, I think, in the rankings. So maybe Farrak Ajib's just having a very good tournament.
Farrak Ajib is currently 3-1 down against Chris Wakelin.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Wakelin, Mr. Consistent, though.
Yeah. No, he's a good. Yeah. But anyway, it was. I don't know much about Tom Ford, so perhaps for next week I'll do some Ben's background research for Tom Ford.
I know nothing about.
And we'll have a little Tom Ford binge.
That would be fun. He won the snooker shootout. I think he won the shootout.
It rings a bell.
Yeah, some more. Can I say something on the pod? And if he's listening, I'm sorry. I'm not angry. But I'm disappointed in Jack Lazowski. I want him so badly to do well.
I get what you're saying.
I've got all the will in the world.
I'm like I think it's like a. It reminds me of a sort of a disappointed mother.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud of him. I like him. He's a good player. But I'm just disappointed if he really put his mind to it.
If he put his mind to it.
I'm sure he is, but
Yeah.
he just looks. He can play so well, and he looks like, or he did look like, such a talented snooker player, and a snooker player
No, he
could
did.
go the distance and win lots of titles. But
It had that feeling about it, right?
Yeah, and I think it's been too long for him to fulfill that potential now. Really, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he had a good run in the UK's a couple of years ago. Lost in the semi-final, I think, and that's the closest I think he's come since. And I really like Jack Lazowski. I really, really do like him, but I can't see him winning. I can't see him winning anything at the moment. It pains me to say it. I can't see him winning a ranking event.
Yeah, I know. How sad is that though? Because he's got such talent.
Yeah, when he really plays, he's a really attractive snooker player to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just gonna clap in 1 sec. And clap back in. Oh yeah. Just on a interesting note. Currently, I'm just looking at the scores. As I said, we are recording this as the snooker is going on because we're that current and we're that involved.
The fishman's here. Looking out my window.
Wow, you've got a fish, man.
Yeah, I see. I didn't think this was weird until I spoke to, until I mentioned it to an ex-girlfriend.
That is weird.
And she found it incredibly weird that there's a man who drives around our village and sells fish out the back of a van.
I mean, that is weird.
Yeah, when I said it out loud and started to think about it, I realised it is quite weird. You don't get it with greengrocers or butchers, do you?
Shall we talk about something that's happening right at this moment?
Yeah,
sorry. Podcast comes out. It might.
Let's move away.
It might be totally irrelevant
from the fish.
It might, whatever it is, it's more relevant than Ben's Fishman.
Yeah. That's saying something.
Julian, I hope I'm saying this right. Julian Boyko, who is currently ranked at 121st in the world. That's pretty darn low. He is 19 years old. And he is currently 3-2 up against Karen Wilson.
Yeah.
That's big.
You know what? I might see if I can get that game up actually. And be able to do some in-pod updates.
Yeah, well, actually, he's currently, lovely. A break of 93, break of 73. It's lovely. He's also currently on a break of 18. That's where it's lovely stuff. There's some big games going on at the moment. I'm not going to tell you about all of them. The games that we know of at the John Higgins is out as well. Elliot Slesser beat John Higgins. That's quite a big result for Elliot Slesser. He falls into the Tom Ford category of someone that I just don't really think about. He's not on the tip of anyone's tongue, is he? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, he's not. I think. Yeah, I probably think about him more than I think about Tom Ford.
That's more about Tom Ford than it is.
It probably is. Yeah.
Elliot Slesser. Yeah,
but
Saudi Arabia Masters has been really good.
How are you saying that? Julian Boyko?
Yeah, I'm going Julian Boyko. That's how I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. Well, go on.
Round 6.
Go on, Julian. That'd be a big.
Go on, you. Yeah, I know. We'd all love to see him beat the world number 2.
Big old scalp, amazing, that'd be, wouldn't it?
You know what? Oliver Lines has just beaten Judd Trump, and now he's faced with Ali Carter. Is that harder or is that easy? There's no easy games, is there? Ali Carter's in some really good form as well.
There's no easy games is such a disgusting cliche, isn't it?
Hold.
There are easy games.
There are some easy games. If Judd Trump got me in the last 16, he'd be fucking thrilled.
Be buzzing.
There'd
be a lot of questions.
Can we hold the phone? Ben, hold the phone. There's 2 absolute blockbusters in round 6.
Go on.
And I mean, like, flipping blockbusters. I've only just seen this. I'm getting a little bit giddy at the sight of these players playing each other.
I've spotted one of the blockbusters, yeah.
The Thunder from Down Under is
Yeah.
playing Mark the Jester Selby. That's a blockbuster. That really is. And then we have Magician Murphy versus the Welsh Dragon himself, Mark Williams. That is absolutely lovely. They're 2 massive games. And now it's got me begging the question, who will Ronnie O'Sullivan face in the next round?
He will play the winner of match 123. Whatever,
oh, thank you, Ben.
Whatever that is.
Winner of match. Yeah, a winner of match 123.
Hopefully, on the World Snooker Tour website, it says he'll play the winner of match 123, but none of the matches have numbers.
Yeah, none of the matches do have numbers. Maybe on the draw they do.
No,
they do.
I've actually just clicked on
draw.
one and found it. He'll play either
That's
Mark
amazingly
Allen
lucky.
or Chang Bing Yu.
Right, okay. That's hilarious. I mean, what a little bit of luck that is. Shall we? Right, so there's plenty of good games going on to keep your eye on. Again, we're not pretty speedy with the whole editing thing with this, so by the time this is out, those games will have happened.
Yeah, they will have. But they're happening tomorrow, so
yeah. You never know. You never know. You do. Know. I mean, we do know it's not happening. Xiao Jingtong, who's he playing?
Xiao Jingtong is playing. I'm gonna take a stab at the winner of match 122.
Yeah, it's 127. There's no rhyme or reason here, boy.
127. Should I try and click on
that?
One
Is Chris? That's right Chris. I've just done the exact same thing. Yeah. I've clicked on one and it's the right one. Chris Wakelin versus Farah Kajib. Chris Wakelin's 4-1 up at the moment, so it's looking like a repeat of the World Championship quarterfinal. I want to say, it was quarterfinal, which was Chris Wakelin versus Xiao Jingtong. They've played each other a few times actually.
They have, yeah.
It's all very interesting. You know what would make it more interesting? Get ready for the segue of the year. If Luca Brissell was in the tournament. Did you enjoy that?
I mean, it's a segue. I'm not sure what to. So we'll chat about Luca Brissell. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Medical reasons he's pulled out of this for.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't. Fair play.
The old medical reasons.
The old medical reason. I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure he's got something up with him. But, fair play. It's medical reasons.
What do you think is the worst ailment you could have as a snooker player?
Tennis elbow?
Apart from, the obvious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think hemorrhoids would be particularly comfortable, would they?
I'm not...
I mean, they're not at the best of times.
Yeah. Yeah. What else would be... snooker players, I suppose... sometimes I get... I mean, this is fucking scraping the barrel of interesting.
We've been doing that for however many episodes, Isaac. We've been scraping the barrel since day one. I was born scraping the barrel.
I get a little bit... Yeah. I get a little bit of a sore thumb.
You get a bit of a sore thumb.
And if I was having to do that to cue over, sore thumb wouldn't be ideal.
No, it wouldn't be.
Also, I think the worst ailment you can get playing snooker is probably your eyesight going.
Yeah, well...
As Mark Williams is going through at the moment.
He got to the finals for Worlds, didn't he?
Yeah, it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
It can't be that bad.
A load of nonsense about nothing, isn't it?
It's a load of nonsense. You don't need glasses. Take them off. Take them off. But yeah, Luca Brissell's pulled out of another tournament. They're making a big deal out of this. Come on, man. He was never going to play. You know what amazes me? if 500 grand can't get you to play snooker, nothing will.
I mean, yeah, you must be quite ill to pull out for 500 grand.
You know, because there's nothing saying, Trump's out.
Well, actually, I mean, technically he's not pulled out
Carol
for 500
Wilson could be
grand.
out in a second.
He must be ill enough to...
Sullivan looks good.
He's not pulled out for 500 grand, though, is he? Because he must be ill enough to know that he doesn't have a chance of winning it.
Yeah, okay. That's a fair point. Also, we've not talked about him once, but Barry Hawkins is cruising along at 3-1 up. Mr. Consistent himself.
The Hawk.
There's Ali Carter, Barry Hawkins, and Chris Wakelin. They're the three players that you can kind of always guarantee they'll be in the last 16 or there and thereabouts.
Yeah, they're reliable players, aren't they?
They are. They're so reliable. That's the reason. Barry Hawkins, he might get to the odd final. He doesn't win that much, but he stays around the top 10 in the world because he's constantly just he's in a semi-final every now and then. He makes the final every now and then. He's always in the last 16. That's that's Mr. Consistent.
I like them.
You know what?
I like them all. They don't get me going like Luca Brissell does, though.
Do you know what Barry Hawkins is? He's a clubman.
He is a clubman. That's exactly what he is.
Should we, talking football, Everton have just signed what I would class as a not a clubman.
Yeah.
In Mr. Grealish.
Mr. Grealish.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, Ben. Me and my dad were having a conversation the other day about it's strange to have a good player come to Everton. We're not sure how we feel about it.
I mean, I rate him really highly as a player. I think that the way he plays was never going to suit Man City. I think that's why he's had such a shit time of it there. When he was looking to leave Villa, I really wanted Liverpool to sign him. I thought he'd been a perfect Klopp player. But yeah, I think he's a good player. But
well, suck it, mate. Everton have got him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't really go like you said, going into the Merseyside derby and Jack Grealish is playing for you. I couldn't care less. We've had the best transfer window in Premier League history, I think. Signed Florian Wirtz, who was Sunday against Palace. Obviously, we lost on penalties. But within 5 minutes, Florian Wirtz is assisting Hugo Ekitike, who finishes beautifully. Within 5 minutes of the first game of the season, your two star signings are linking up and scoring a goal. Wonderful.
That's dreamy.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but mate. You couldn't sign Jack Grealish, could you?
No, you couldn't sign Jack Grealish.
Yeah, what I love is that the only reason he's gone to Everton is because he walks into the team.
Yeah.
He absolutely breezes into that team. Me and my dad were actually saying, more funnily, is that Everton only get good players once they're past their best. There was a period.
I don't think he's necessarily past his best. I think you could have a really
No, he's not.
season.
That's what I mean. That's why this is strange. We've not had a player that's worth this much money since Wayne Rooney left when he was 19. It's not
He signed James Rodriguez for a season. That was bizarre.
That was bizarre. That was strange. Mate, you're forgetting the most bizarre thing that Everton ever did. Once in a season, we had Wayne Rooney and Samuel Eto'o up front. Do you remember that?
Samuel Eto'o. Yeah.
Samuel Eto'o made what I can only refer to as a cameo in the Premier League for a little bit.
Yeah.
Strangest season of our time in the Premier League. But yeah, we'll keep you updated on how my opinions on Jack Grealish are. But let's talk about. I don't think this podcast, it could be a short and sweet one. I just want to talk about one more thing.
Yes.
We touched on John Higgins, but John Higgins has been in the news for a totally different thing this year.
Yeah.
And it's actually, I think it's a really, really good thing. He has been appointed the head of the new PSPA, which is the Professional Snookers Players Association. How do you feel about
that? I'll be completely honest and transparent with you here, Isaac. I have very little
Please.
knowledge as to what the Players Association actually does.
I think what it is put in place to do is to, and I'm using quote marks because that's what he said, to champion the sport.
To champion the sport. I think he's a good player to champion the sport.
Yeah. He said, "We feel as though we've not been listened to, and as we should have been in recent years. The game has not moved forward with the times compared to other top sports. Snooker deserves a strong, independent players' association that stands for fairness, transparency, and progress. The association also claims the governance of snooker should factor in more of the views of the players." Do you know who is also part of the board?
No.
This is the John Higgins has started his own players association, whatever. That doesn't interest me. The people that have signed up alongside of it is the bit that makes you go, okay, there's no way you can't listen to this.
Yeah.
The PSPA says it has established a players board comprising of, you ready for this for fucking Mr. Big Bollocks? Judd Trump, Kyron Wilson, Mark Selby, Barry Hawkins, Sean Murphy, Ali Carter, Gary Wilson, Stuart Bingham, Jack Lazowski, Stephen Maguire, Mark Allen, Ryan Day, Joe Perry, and our favourite of the pod, Matthew Selt, has been appointed a director alongside lawyers Ben Rees and Mark Kenker.
That's
a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, they're your big hitters, aren't they?
And also, if you were wondering where the other names were, the association also claims that 7-time world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan has agreed to become a member along with Chinese star Ding Junhui. There you go.
I think in a way it touches upon what we spoke about during the World Championships, which is a lot of players having very strong opinions as to how, well, that event specifically, but the sport in general needs to catch up with the times a bit. It needs to change. I think it's quite stuck in tradition, and it needs to sort of move on with the times a little bit.
There's a few things that we touched on in the previous pod that we did just after the World Championships, and we touched on a lot of the problems that were going on throughout the World Championships, talking not necessarily problems, but things that people had raised as problems. Like clock timers, shot clocks, what the dress code is, also talking about like the actual length of the games, the accessibility aspects of all things, and there's a lot of really interesting opinions. The one name that I thought had the best opinion, and I can't see anywhere, is Neil Robertson.
Yeah,
I think
Neil
that
Robertson's
would be
perfect
a
opinion.
real good appointment. I think it would be genuinely a good thing. Maybe he said no. I don't know why he would have, but to get him involved with that, because I think some of the stuff that he was coming out with, I hadn't thought of.
We coined the phrase Neil Robertson's perfect opinion, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and actually, the phrase was true in the sense that actually all of these opinions, they weren't ideas that I had thought of, and as soon as you hear them, you go, well, yeah, that's the right thing to do. That's genius. That's and he had a lot of what I would say progressive, but also respectful views to the game. Like in terms of there is a tradition there. Like for example, in terms of dress code, he was talking about his son, how he said his son doesn't necessarily want to wear a waistcoat and a bow tie, and also that's not particularly like affordable for some kids that are trying to get into snooker, But if when they played the Triple Crown events, so you all know what the Triple Crown events are. If when they played them, like they do at Wimbledon, they put they wear their suits and they wear their bow ties and stuff. That would make it more of an occasion. But the rest of the time, they would wear slightly more comfortable clothes, like maybe just a polo shirt or something, like just something. Yeah, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be great if snooker became like Wimbledon in the sense that you get top celebrities going there for the day? Yeah. Did you see during Wimbledon that Roy Hodgson was sat next to Olivia Rodrigo?
Yeah, I'm sure they had a right crowd. I thought it was really right. It really got it on. I wonder if Olivia Rodrigo knew who he was.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if she did.
Roy. It's Roy Hodgson.
It's Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson talking.
The grumpiest man in the UK.
Let's not take the piss here. Imagine Roy Hodgson sort of talking at Olivia Rodrigo about pork and chesky or something like that. It'd be so funny.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think
on Friday,
snooker doesn't really have that. I don't think it doesn't have many sort of high-profile celebrity fans, does it? Or is that a lie?
No, it doesn't. Not anymore. It used to. I think it does. There probably is celebs that really like it. Richard Osman is one that comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
Snooker fan.
I'd love to get Richard Osman on the pod.
Yeah, I don't see what's stopping us.
No. A little Richard Osman
why you'd say no.
And Rest is Entertainment collaboration.
Collab. Yeah, I like the Rest is Entertainment.
I watched clips of it.
Maybe we should change the podcast
name
to the Rest is Snooker.
Actually, I shouldn't say that.
See if people know.
Because if I just say I watch clips of it, then Osman's never going to come on, is he?
He's never. I listened to a lot of it at the start. I've sort of fallen out of touch with it. You know.
No, Isaac. We listen religiously. We're
Richard,
religious listeners.
I'm such a mega fan. I'm so proud of you for getting that Netflix deal. I'm so proud of you.
Tell you what,
like a proud
House of Games is cracking.
It is. It's a little bit easy for me.
Oh, all right, that's the smarty pants. I once.
I'm a University Challenge guy.
I was about to say.
I like Only Connect.
I really like University Challenge, and in what was simultaneously my lowest and highest ebb. I went when I was living alone last year. I got quite drunk on my own, drinking cans, and watched University Challenge, and I got 10 questions right. It was a low ebb, but my God, I felt good. 10 questions.
I got right, and I'm gonna let you all in because I'm so proud of it. It would have been 5 points on Only Connect in once. Like I got the full amount of points that you can get. So basically, they give you a clue, and then you have to get the final thing in the sequence.
Yeah.
And each clue that you take, you get less points for the actual the answer. And the clue was 25 Full House. And I said to my mum and dad, I was home for some reason, and I said 50 Yahtzee. And that's honestly the one of the high points of the last 3 years for me, was getting the maximum amount of points you can get in Only Connect. In a show that is genuinely frustratingly hard.
I think it's almost more, not taken away from your achievement here at all, Isaac. I think it's almost more impressive if you understand Victoria Cora Mitchell's joke at the end of a show.
Yeah, never got a clue what's going on.
I haven't got a Scoobies what she's saying.
Yeah, it's a great show though.
It is superb. Yeah.
I love University Challenge. I've actually watched a documentary on University Challenge,
really?
And I got really fascinated with the guy that does the calling out. I didn't actually realise it was a real guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy who.
There's a guy that says their name.
It's the same guy who does the National Lottery numbers, isn't it?
Is it? When they press the name, he goes, Macmillan. Yeah.
Radcliffe York. York, or no, be York Radcliffe.
York, yeah. There's one that me and my mum do all the time, and I don't know what the university was, but it was like Birkbeck and his name was Macmillan, but he just went
Brilliant.
Yeah, love University Challenge.
There's
every now and then there's a snooker thing on there.
Yeah. Have you seen the one where it's I can't remember the name of the guy or what university it was or what the question was. All I remember was the answer.
What do you remember?
All I remember was the answer was Hapax Legonomenon. And every so often that just pops into my brain and it just gives me, I don't know, 5 seconds of pure joy.
Yeah, there's as you know, as this next segment. Oh, here's your next segment for anyone that was waiting. In Isaac tries to get Ben into cricket. There was a cricketer that played.
Oh, I've got
the
something
years
to talk about
between.
this as well,
I'm gonna
actually.
guess.
Yeah.
He played between sort of 2003 and 2010ish. His name was Monty Panesar. He's a bit of a legend. He was a spinner, left arm spinner. And for some reason, I'm not sure why, I caught him on. Yeah, and I caught him on an alumni episode of University Challenge.
Yeah, I think I might have seen this. Yeah,
he didn't say a word.
My did you know he once announced he was going to stand to be an MP for the Workers' Party of Great Britain, George Galloway's party, and
that's
then
him.
And then about 2 days later announced that he was standing down because he realised that the party's values didn't reflect his own beliefs. They're essentially, I believe.
You think you checked that first?
I believe they're very sort of.
Yeah, that's funny. Love
economic left, but very, very conservative sort of social values. And he quickly realised that and stood down. And I've got a lot of respect for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
But my thing to add to
good on him.
Isaac Gets Ben into Cricket is, have you ever seen the video of Ian Botham being interviewed by Scottish children?
No, never
not,
seen it.
Make it an absolute priority. And if you're listening and you've not seen this,
it's a must.
Watch it. It is so funny. It is so funny. Like,
what's funny about it?
They must have, like, it was. I think it must have been, when was Botham playing? Like in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, the 80s. It's good knowledge.
They must have like
early 90s, if early 90s latest. Yeah.
They must have just gone through the streets of Scotland and just said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Ian Botham? And just rounded up all the people who said 10. And they just grilled him on everything from the sort of tabloid rumours to... they were asking him about blood sports because he's a big hunter. And there's a moment, it's very David Brent, where he just goes, listen, love, there are more deer in the UK now than there were in the years of Henry VIII. Fact. It's so funny. Like these Scottish teenagers are just absolutely nailing into him. Like, he used to write for I agreed with him to an extent on his opinions because he was talking a lot about intrusion of the tabloid press and stuff. I was like, oh, he's making a good point about this here. It's no one's business what he gets up to in his private life. And then someone asked him about why he was writing for The Sun. And it's like these kids absolutely hate him. And it's funny. So funny. And there was a bit where he was asked about why he said changing nappies was women's work or something like that. And he was like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
And he says to this 17-year-old girl, he's like, listen, love, you've got the wrong end of the stick. I'm away 10 months of the year. If she wants to post her nappies to me, I'll clean them and send them back. It's like you'd have thought at some point his agent must have been briefed about what they were going to ask. But it's just been absolutely thrown to the lions, and it's so funny. Yeah. It is so funny.
I really will try and catch
it. It's brilliant.
That.
So that's been my getting into cricket work this week, is watching Ian Botham getting grilled by Scottish teenagers.
In more snooker news, Chris Wakelin has now won.
Lovely.
And he will face Xiao Jintong. I'm pretty excited about all of those games. It's the battle of the bald men between Elliot Sesser and Stuart Bingham.
Yeah. Battle of the baldies.
Battle of the baldies. And Ding Junhui has beaten man of the moment, Stephen Maguire. Really is man of the moment as well. He's got he's looking good. I reckon Stephen Maguire will win something else this season.
It's not a bad shout at all. Oh, and
who's your prediction for the Saudi Arabia snooker
Julian
Masters?
Boyko is 4-3 up against Karen Wilson.
4-3.
4-3.
That's huge.
It is. It is.
That would be massive. Trump and Wilson out in the same day. That would be massive.
And who does he play if match 121?
Yeah.
Oh, it's undecided who will play. Winner of match 122.
He'll play winner of 122, which I think is
Si Jiawei or
hell.
Wu Yis.
Oh, wow. CJ Wee versus Wu Yis. I bet that's a good watch. Like Wu Yis.
I like. Well, he's in. He's. Of course, if you listened to last week, we picked our fantasy fives, and Wu Yis is in mine.
Well, actually, I've got Ali Carter in mine, and he's into the round 6.
Yeah.
I also had Neil Robertson in mine, who's also into round 6. And I also had Karen Wilson, so I'm kind of hoping he pulls that back a little bit. But I'd take the sacrifice.
Yeah.
For the fantasy 5 to see Julian Boyko try and go through. 19-year-old Ukrainian as well.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see many Ukrainian snooker players. No. So that would be good for the sport.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that, and I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about next week.
Who's your prediction? This is the type of thing that if you win this, you shoot right up the rankings. We're talking big money here.
You do.
This is a big deal.
I
Whoever wins this will go into the top 16.
I do fancy Ronnie for it.
Really? I fancy Ronnie for it,
I think especially if he has moved out to Saudi Arabia, I think he'll be right in his comfort zone, won't he? And
yeah,
I think it's clearly an event he likes to play, given that he's moved out there. Yeah,
I think it's one of the.
For it.
I think it's either of the semi-finalists. I think it's Ronnie or Zhao Jingtong.
Yeah,
they're the two. Or my outside pick and it is Rogue. Ali Carter looks in really good form, and I think
that would be massive if Ali Carter were Matt.
That would be that would be really big. That. What I will say is, personally, from an interesting point of view, I'd love it to not be Zhao Jingtong or Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
I think it would be really interesting if any of the others won it. Literally anyone else. I mean, Oliver Lines, he's beaten Judd Trump. Doesn't get harder than that.
That's a big scalp to take early doors, but I suppose it does.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Does it put a bit of a burden? A bit of a target on him. Or
Oliver Lines has beaten Liam Pullen, Matt Selt, Nopon Sengham, and Judd Trump in this tournament.
Yeah.
And now faces Ali Carter.
That's one to keep.
I would
an eye
argue,
on tomorrow,
like
definitely.
Matt Selt. Yeah, definitely. Keep an eye on that one, bad boy. Yeah.
Right, shall we leave it there?
I think that's all from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to know what happens in round 6.
What's the
why do they call it round 6?
What's the prize money again?
Right. This is also something I wanted to bring up. It was 500 grand and there was a £1 million bonus.
I've mucked that up. Can you do it again? What's the prize money again?
I think it was 500 grand.
How much?
Yeah, it was 500 grand. I think it was 500 grand. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's 500 grand, isn't it?
And what happened to the golden ball? Did they scrap that?
I think they must have scrapped it because there was a 147.
They shoved that right under the rug.
Yeah, no sign of a golden ball.
Oh, I really wanted someone to do that though. Maybe they decided they didn't.
I don't know. I think it's naff.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a gimmick and it's naff and it's a waste of everyone's time.
Stick to the 147. 147 is hard enough.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Don't need you to do all that sort of stuff.
I think.
But yeah.
I'm glad they've scrapped it if they have, which I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah, I would still be all for them sort of starting to imply a few different formats, and I don't mean formats in the sense that obviously it's always snooker at the end of the day, but I mean in terms of best of like 9, or set play. I don't know why we don't see set play in snooker ever. That would be really fun, I think. So like you get 2 frames for a set and it's first to 3 sets. I think that'd be great, and it would change the landscape of the actual game as well.
Yeah, it would actually.
And that's another thing that I think darts have got absolutely right, is there's a few different tournaments along the schedule for the PDC where there is slightly different things. So there's set play in the World Championships. There's very long formats in another one. In the world, again, I'm not a big darts guy, but a world match play, I think there's double in, double out.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot, and it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, I think that's something that snooker really needs to improve, because
every tournament's the same,
with the exception of the snooker shootout.
Yes,
which I don't think should be a ranking event really, but every tournament's the same. To a broad extent. And even you've got your invitationals, like the Shanghai Masters, which really, when you think about it, it's not that dissimilar to the Masters, is it?
No, it's not. Because it's the same people being invited. They say the invitationals, but it's just basically the top 16. Yeah. But usually there's one person that's been swapped out for a slightly more important person in the world of snooker. Yeah. And also from a like, remember the Players Championship and the Tour Championship, which were right next to each other?
Absolutely identical. Identical
tournaments, identical people in them. If you don't want to get rid of both of them, and they are packed into the schedule, an option for the WST would be: can we do something like set play? Can the Players Championship be the first to 7 frames or something in the first round, but the Tour Championship is first to 2 sets? You just make it a little bit more interesting, just to change, just to make something. Can you spark some drama into it? Set play, what set play actually does, without you realising, that's why the World Championship of Darts is so enthralling, is it creates these situations that are really interesting. It gives you more opportunity to have like legs that are must win.
Yeah, and
actually that's where snooker lacks sometimes, where it doesn't actually often come to a head.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something cricket start to do as well. You've got the one day internationals, you've got T20, you've got the 100 now.
Yeah, there's different formats.
Yeah,
you need different formats. You've got the 100, T20. There's even T10. There's loads of stuff, and snooker, it isn't good enough just saying, well, we're going to do a best of 35 for the final of that, and we're going to do a best of 6 for that. Actually, we need different things. Is there different ways that we could score things? I definitely think something that had set play would be really interesting. And it would open up, like, there's certain players that are better at set play. Could there be, the shootout is a really good example, but I'm still not sure it'd be. Or people should take it more seriously.
Or how about, like tennis?
I mean,
they play on different surfaces.
Love it. Yeah, scrap the green cloth.
Scats for, like, I don't know. Yeah, the Players Championship. They play on gravel.
Yeah, I love
it. For the Players Championship, gravel.
I can't see a fault with that.
And then, I don't know, like the British Open, get Noel Edmonds in and slime it.
Slime it all over the place.
Yeah.
It'll suit the conditions.
I think, or maybe if one of the red balls is marked with Mr. Blobby's face. And if they pot it, then Blobby comes out and just like scatters the balls everywhere.
Yeah, that's so good. It's the Blobby ball.
The Blobby ball, yeah. I think that's got legs.
That's got real legs.
Yeah.
That's got serious legs.
If anyone from the World Snooker Tour is listening,
we've got ideas.
Yeah.
We've got serious ideas. I'm just off the top of my head. How about one where we swap it around? Colours first.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You got to pot a colour before you pot a red. And then the break gets interesting.
It does a bit, yeah.
But snooker purists are like, oh my god, what's he saying? I was reading the snooker book.
We're the most hated men in snooker for coming up with these ideas.
Yeah, we are.
I think my cup's got a leak
fresh
in it.
ideas.
What's going on here? I've got water everywhere.
Water everywhere. Everywhere. And that's actually another one of our ideas. It's called Water Everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's where they make the whole bays soggy.
Soggy bays.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see snooker being called off for waterlogged pitches, do you?
No, you don't.
Oh, some of the Sunday League pitches
have
I've played on are ridiculous, like swimming pools.
Really?
It's like Shrek's swamp.
I've played on cricket pitches where you don't know where the pitch is. They've just stuck 3 stumps in the middle of a field. But yeah, we'll come back next episode with fresh ideas.
Yeah,
but there are ideas for now.
I think that's good for today.
That's all I'm saying.
So thank you very much for listening.
What about a tournament? Hey, get this. What about this? What about a tournament where if you win the frame, you get the break?
Oh, yeah, that's quite good actually. Yeah.
That's actually genuinely quite good.
Yeah.
Whoa, no. If you get a century, you get the break in the next frame.
Yeah. I suppose it comes back to the question as whether players want to break off and risk leaving.
Well, you get the choice then.
Yeah. Well, there's ideas there, isn't there? And on that note,
yeah. Ben's immediately vetoed that one.
Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. We will.
Isaac, I like you. I like the pod. I like snooker. See you later.
Alright, mate. Calm it down. Jesus. Keep it in your pants.